Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Monday, July 7th. Coming up on Cullman Today, we'll get a peek at the Smith Lake Park 4th of July Festival. A Cullman resident is set to compete in the Miss Senior America Pageant, and the Cullman Tribune brings home 41 APA awards. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Families flock to Smith Lake Park for a star-spangled celebration this 4th of July. With food, music, swimming, and fireworks, the annual festival delivered a full day of patriotic fun, all set against the scenic backdrop of one of Cullman County's favorite summer spots.
Smith Lake Park hosted its annual 4th of July festival, bringing families and friends together for a full day of summer fun. Hosted by Cullman County Parks and Recreation, the event offered swimming, camping, food vendors, and a lineup of live music that kept the energy high throughout the night, and the celebration capped off with a fireworks performance over the lake. While official attendance numbers aren't in yet, this year's festival continued the tradition of drawing big holiday crowds from across North Alabama. Park staff and law enforcement have worked hard behind the scenes to make sure the day went smoothly. With new cabins and restroom facilities recently added, the park is continuing to grow as a go-to destination for events like this. Though the fireworks are over, the season at Smith Lake Park is far from finished. This has been Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today.
Cullman resident Cheryl Parker holds the title of Miss Alabama Senior America and will soon be representing the state in the Miss Senior America pageant. Parker, who has judged pageants for 2 decades, was first introduced to the idea of competing for the senior title in her mid-50s, but participants must be at least 60 years old. Years passed and the opportunity rose again, and Parker applied on a prayer and was selected as the at-large title holder for 2025. As she prepares for the national competition this October in Atlantic City, Parker is reflecting on what this new role means to her and what she hopes it says about growing older. Since turning 60, she says life has only become more fulfilling and calls this stage of life the best so far, filled with purpose, connection, and joy. The pageant's theme, The Age of Elegance, is one Parker fully embraces. Contestants must present a personal philosophy of life as part of the competition, and the philosophy Parker will present is be a light in the world, saying that true beauty is found in how we serve and love others. The Miss Senior America pageant will be held from October 5th through 9th in Atlantic City. The Cullman Tribune brought home 41 awards from this year's Alabama Press Association Summer Convention, a record-breaking recognition of the power of local independent journalism. The wins span nearly every category, including first-place awards for Best Photo Essay, Best Headline, Best Local News Coverage, Best Podcast Series, and Best Use of Video. The Tribune was also recognized for standout work in editorial writing, advertising, feature photography, and more. The Alabama Press Association represents over 120 newspapers across the state and has been advocating for the press since 1871. The Tribune's success highlights the strength of community-focused newsroom built on teamwork, trust, and dedication. The awards are a tribute not just to the Tribune staff, but to the readers and community who make the work meaningful. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Auburn's Rembert makes USA Baseball Collegiate National Team, and Tigers to play Oregon and Michigan in Players Era Men's Championship. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's get an update on some of the latest baseball and basketball news from the Plains. Following an impressive 6-game series during training camp, Auburn's Chris Rembert earned a roster spot for the USA Baseball Collegiate National Team. Of the 56 players to participate in training camp, Rembert is one of 26 to make the final roster, including 8 from the Southeastern Conference. He is the 12th Auburn player and 4th position player to make the collegiate national team. In 5 games during training camp, Rembert hit .400 with 4 runs, a home run, 2 walks, and 2 stolen bases. He collected a hit in all 5 games played, including multiple hits and a 444-foot leadoff home run in Game 2 of the series. Rembert primarily played second base, but also earned a start at both third base and left field. The USA Baseball Collegiate National Team will compete in the 45th USA versus Japan Collegiate All-Star Series in various locations across Japan from July 8th through 13th. Moving over to some basketball news, Auburn announced last week that the Tigers will face a pair of Big Ten opponents as part of the 2025 Players Era Men's Championship in Las Vegas. The Tigers will match up against Oregon on Monday, November 24th, and follow up with Michigan on Tuesday, November 25th. Venue and television assignments will be announced at a later date. The 2025 edition of the tournament will feature the most competitive field ever assembled for a men's in-season tournament that includes 5 AP Top 10 teams from last season in Auburn, Alabama, Houston, Michigan, and Tennessee. It will also boast an entirely new format that will combine international-style group play with championship matchups, sure to deliver a must-see slate of games across the board. The groundbreaking Players Era Festival launched this past fall with a field that included Alabama, Creighton, Houston, Notre Dame, Oregon, Rutgers, San Diego State, and Texas A&M. Next year's men's championship will again coincide with the opportunity for athletes on each team to engage in at least $1 million of NIL activities of Players Era and its sponsors outside of competition. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, a Ukrainian art exhibit on display locally, free digital literacy classes, a frozen t-shirt competition, and a birthday celebration for Colonel Cullman. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Evelyn Burrow Museum at Wallace State Community College is currently showcasing a compelling exhibit called We Know Who They Are, featuring more than 60 works of Ukrainian artists grappling with the trauma and reality of war in their homeland. The artists range in age from college students to senior citizens, offering intergenerational perspectives on resilience, identity, and the human cost of war. We Know Who They Are will remain on display throughout the summer. The Burrow Museum is open Tuesday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please call or visit www.burrowmuseum.org for special Saturday hours. Admission is free. Group tours can be scheduled in advance at www.burrowmuseum.org/schedule. If you're looking for a way to beat this southern heat, the Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center invites you to the Depot Park main stage to a frozen t-shirt contest. The Frosty Showdown will take place on Second Friday, Christmas in July, on Friday, July 11th at 7 o'clock. The first person to thaw the provided frozen t-shirt and wear it wins a prize and major bragging rights. The Cullman County Public Library System, Wallace State Community College, and the Cullman Electric Cooperative have teamed up to bring the community free digital literacy classes designed for those who need help learning how to navigate phones, computers, email, social media, and more. The classes are designed for beginners with no experience needed. The 10-week series will be offered at the Wallace State Community College Workforce Development Center at 2424 Industrial Drive Southwest in Cullman, starting July 29th through September 30th, on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10:30 to 1:30. Seats are limited. To register, contact Lisa Payne at lisa.payne@wallacestate.edu or call 256-352-7859. July 2nd would have been Colonel John G. Cullman's 202nd birthday, and the Cullman County Museum honored him with a summertime celebration at the Festhallplatz. After singing Happy Birthday, attendees treated themselves to cake, cupcakes, ice cream, and lemonade. Representatives from the Pilot Club of Cullman and Cullman Parks Recreation and Sports Tourism were in attendance. Colonel Cullman established Cullman in 1873 and encouraged immigrants to settle here. Born in 1823, he came to the United States from Germany and died in 1895. The Cullman County Museum is located in a replica of the home of Colonel Cullman at 211 2nd Avenue Northeast. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at your weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who lost their lives this week. Jeanette White Conn Taylor, 82 of Falkville, passed away on Thursday, July 3rd. The family will receive friends and family for visitation today at noon at Cullman Funeral Home. A celebration of life funeral service will be held following visitation at 2 o'clock at the funeral home. She will be laid to rest in Spring Hill Baptist Church Cemetery. Ada Elizabeth Liz Osborne, 80, of Addison, passed away Friday, July 4th. Funeral service was held at 4 p.m. on Sunday, July 6th at Friendship Baptist Church in Upshaw, with interment in the adjoining cemetery. Verla Pucci Francis Wren, 73, of Cullman, passed away on Wednesday, July 2nd. Graveside service will be today at 11:30 a.m. at Valley Springs Cemetery. Visitation will be today from 10 to 11 a.m. at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Charlotte Faye Stidham, 82, of Cullman, passed away Sunday, July 2nd. Funeral service will be held at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, July 8th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, with burial at Antioch Baptist Cemetery in Fairview. Visitation will be today from 6 to 8 p.m. at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Visitation for Linda Jean Crumley Federer will be Tuesday, July 8th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Holly Pond Funeral Home. Interment will follow at Holly Pond Cemetery. James Casey Beckham, 55, of Hanceville, passed away on Wednesday, July 2nd. A celebration of life will be held Wednesday, July 9th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. MacArthur McCleroy, 81, of Cullman, passed away Friday, July 4th. No services are planned at this time. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. We'll see sunny skies today with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with a high near 93, heat index values as high as 99. Mostly clear skies tonight with a low around 72. Tuesday there's a 60% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Otherwise it'll be mostly sunny with a high near 92. Tuesday night just a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms with mostly clear skies and a low around 72. That wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.